This is a rivalry like no other in Clash of Clans. Team Reddit versus Team Forums. The Forums currently lead 2-1 in this matchup. However, Reddit did win the previous encounter. So can they continue that win streak? We have a recap featuring the best attacks of this war, and you're not going to want to miss it as it was super close, guys. So let's dive into it. Alrighty guys, let's dive straight into this. You can see the stats down below me, and as you can see, 119 to 119. The scores were tied and the percentage was pretty close as well, getting right down to that final matchup. Let's show you that in a second after this first attack, with Team Reddit coming in. Ron Mexico using the Queen walk down this side of the base before pressing in from the east with the PEKKA smash technique. The Queen is going to hollow out this southern area of the base, able to step up and reach the multi-targeted Inferno. It does lock onto the healers, but only for a brief second. The Queen able to take that out very quickly and not too much damage onto the healers. You can see now over on that eastern side of the base, the Pekkas used with just a couple of bowlers to set the funnel, with the wall wrecker now pressing in, and the Queen has nowhere to go but into that base alongside them. We have a lot of bowlers now in the middle of the base. The Pekkas leading that charge in order to take the fire, and we have the jump spell in place to get us right into the center of the base, and you can see that that provides us access right the way through to the far area. The Queen gets a little bit caught on the clan castle troops, however the Pekkas and bowlers charge their way through and split off into each and every angle. Now notice the balloons coming in from the north of the base just to help snipe off some of them defenses, reduce the fire onto the Pekkas, and that is always a very nice touch with any of these attacks, whether it be to clutch a couple of defenses and help with the maintenance of your troops coming through, or if it's just to heighten the percentage at the end of the raid. A couple of balloons is something you highly want to consider when using the Pekka and bowler technique. As you can see, the Queen makes it through the base, although not before smashing against a wall. Not to worry, we do have Pekkas on their way around, and we really just have this one compartment now, which we have troops from each and every angle to get through that. So the Queen pops the ability, we managed to hollow out everything there before coming around, and the Pekka is going to be the troop which is going to be the MVP, take out that multi-inferno, and give Ron Mexico the 3-star attack. Beautiful stuff. And as we come across to the final score here, it was Team Reddit that takes their second victory in this matchup. 91.82 versus 91.56%. You can see down below me the stats. The 11v11 game is really what gave the victory there to Team Reddit. Sorry, nearly said Team Forums, because Team Forums clutching a 12v12 attack right at the end, which we will show you in just a second. Let's flip across to that side, but first show you my good friend Smolson coming in against none other than Ron Mexico. He actually got taken out as well. So let's get into this one. It is the Queen Charge Miners. And guys, if you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my Clash of Clans content. Now, I do like how Smolson sets up this funnel initially. Just uses a couple of troops from either side of the base, cutting off the funnel at the left, and then the Pekka used to do so on the right. Now, that is a very good technique if you have multiple buildings that are difficult to take out. If you're going to invest any type of army into that, you can't really invest giant and wizards. You're still investing a lot there. The Pekka can be very good at stripping out buildings that are a couple of layers deep on the outside and enabling that funnel for you. I know what I'm trying to say, guys. I hope you guys do as well, because the queen is now well on her way. And look at this area around the eagle where the queen is able to walk all of the way through and get maximum value. At this point, we are still continuing to just take out areas of the base, take out objectives, and we don't need to worry about getting them miners in just yet. You can see, though, the king over at the left-hand side of the base clearly setting that funnel up for the miners. With 1 minute 40 left, we have more than enough time, and the queen is hopefully going to get this eagle artillery down before long to reduce the fire on the miners as they fly through the base. We have now popped the Giga Tesla, but the miners can get straight through the bomb underneath. You really just have to worry about the Giga Tesla itself. It can do pretty hard damage onto the miners, especially if there are skeleton traps around that Giga Tesla. They can take some major damage. Fortunately, they don't lock onto the king until after the Giga Tesla. It goes down. The queen continues to charge through the middle of the base here, absolutely tearing it up, and the final heal spell gets used over by that final part in the splash area. We have Wizard Tower, Multi-Inferno, then the Bomb Tower, but the queen continues to come through. Does get stuck onto the Tornado Trap here, and unfortunately goes down from that point. However, Smolson has more than enough miners now to finish off the base. Does get a little bit hairy here as we still have that Bomb Tower, but fortunately we had a decent split on the miners, and they're able to come right the way around, take out them final defenses, and take out this base in a beautiful fashion. And that is another 12v12 for Team Forums. As we move back across for Team Reddit here, I am going to highlight most of the 12 game, because that is ultimately what decides the war. Many of the other bases were obviously dipped in order to ensure the 3 stars. A fantastic breakdown for this as well, and I've got to give a shout out to everyone that did stream this as well over on Twitch. If you haven't followed any of the Clash of Clans Twitch streamers, get on over there and have yourself a bit of a look. And I also want to give a big shout out to Reddit and the forums as well. If you're not actually on any of them platforms discussing strategy for Clash of Clans, trying to recruit for your clans, everything is there that you need. Both of the links are indeed down in the description. We do have the Electro Dragons for this one. Again, a very safe 2-star strategy, but often giving you the 3. Now check this one out. As they come to the middle, we have high HP buildings in the center here that they're able to chain through. The Eagle, then they pop onto the Clan Castle. Look how from the Clan Castle they can chain straight through these buildings, and bam! That is what gives the Electro Dragons the power to get through these bases. As long as you can chain the defenses effectively, whether that be having a storage or the Clan Castle, something which high HP in the center that allows them to get 1 or 2 or a couple of shots in, boom, you can chain right the way through them defenses. Does indeed go right down to the wire. But it's not as bad as the final attack that came in on this war. The one that I said really nearly clutched it for Team Forums. Unfortunately, even with the 3-star, they weren't able to win on percent. But wait until you see just how close it was. I'm talking the Queen was literally like that much health. It was so close, and we're going to show you that in a second. I believe it's the next attack, in fact, on this video. It couldn't have been any closer. So here we go. It was with the Electro Dragons as well. I had to show it because it was the final one in order to very nearly give Team Forums the victory. And again, it was super close. Wait until you see it, guys. The Electro Dragons are going to basically try and avoid the sweepers if you can. I mean, that's common sense. The sweepers here pointing to the east and the south, so it kind of makes sense that we're going to come in from the other side of the base. 1 balloon in order to test for any black bombs, because that can do a decent amount of damage onto the E-Drags. And then we're trying to set up the funnel. Look at the one at the west of the base here, able to set up that funnel very very, very nice. As with the one up in the north for that matter, able to chain through a good amount of them buildings, and now we have the bulk of them coming straight in. The slammer aiming to try and just slip alongside the base here. That aims to try and maintain the funnel for the E-Drags. You don't have to just think about the funnel when they first come into the base. You have to make sure you're focusing their fire through. You don't want them to split too much. But again, look at the buildings here on the inside. High HP buildings, that gives them a good amount of time to chain through, and wow, taking out that air defense, no problem. Now, as we zoom out, saving the king and queen here just to try and clean up around the outside, and everything tending to come down towards this area. So the king and queen aiming to come around the top to snipe off these defenses, and a good job they did, because watch how close it gets. One freeze spell left. You can see one air defense, multi-inferno with the queen. That is the area of danger. That is where the freeze spell is going to have to be used. Now, thankfully, the king decides to beat through a wall. What was he thinking? Finally comes around the outside. The freeze spell is used, and as the Grand Warden snipes the Tesla at the bottom, we're able to speed through this. And check it out, guys. The Grand Warden on air. So, unfortunately, he's going to go straight down to the air defense. The queen against the multi. Who's it going to be? Oh, the queen gets the victory and the 3 stars. But again, just not enough for Team Forums, right down to the wire. And I love to see that. Really battling it out. And you have to say as well, no matter how much you try and organize these events, to get 90 attacks out of 90 on either side, bravo to both Team Forums and Reddit, because even with the best organization in the world, that is incredibly hard to do. So congrats to both teams, and again, what an exciting matchup. I've been involved with a couple of these previously. The sign-up date basically slipped my mind on this one and didn't get in, but I know that this one is the closest it has ever been in terms of this matchup. So the next one is going to be even better, because it's now 2-2. Wow, super close, and that's where we're seeing this rivalry within the game is just fantastic. Obviously, it's just a bit of friendly fun, guys, but it's a super cool idea to match these communities up against each other. But we digress from the attack. Beautiful funnels set up either side here with the heroes, and then with the E-Drag down here for the dragons to come through, and 0 splash damage over to the west of the base allows the bat spells to come in and take that area out. Now, often you do want the bat wave technique, however, we wanted to try and set up the funnel here for the dragons as well, keep them on this area of the base. We didn't want them splitting off to this corner, so that's where using the bats there nice and early definitely did help out. It's often tricky getting to the Giga Tesla at the end. That, honestly, it has so much power. With the best will in the world, it's incredibly difficult for your dragons to get through. However, on this one, it's done so successfully that they get through, and we do have a PEKKA down at the bottom, just one-shotting them buildings, having a good time, no damage down there. Granted, some wizards would have been able to clean that area as well, but the PEKKA, a backup plan, able to create the funnel, able to take out some defenses if needed, and look at how many dragons now come across to clean up and take out them final buildings. Beautiful stuff, and that will finish it off for the 12 attacks. Let's move down to some of the Town Hall 11s. We're going down to base number 31 here to start us off at Town Hall 11. We do have one Town Hall 10 at the end of the video as well. The Hog Riders, always one of my favorite troops to see in the game. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just because it's such an iconic troop. You unlock it so early in the game. I always like to see the Hog Riders getting it done. Now look at this area of the base. King, Queen, and the CC all together. Beautiful. Exactly what we want in a kill squad. So in they come straight to that area. We do have the golem just basically tanking, allowing us to set up that funnel, which gets set so easily. We also then have the stone slammer. We don't really need to get that much deeper into the base. A jump spell then will provide access right through to that area, so the slammer allowed us to get some damage in there as well. Enemy CC troops do go down. Ice golems it is though, pesky ice golems freezing our troops. they soldier on right the way through here, and as soon as that Eagle artillery goes down, not only do we distract fire and take it away from the hogs, look at this, we've taken out all of this area now, and it's just perfect pathing. The hog riders come in from the bottom and there is no question as to where they're going, and that is just beautiful play. The queen still alive with her ability, able to snipe that wizard tower in a second up the top, which is undoubtedly going to help our hog riders. But as they come around, we have so many spells for them. 4 heal spells, going to be able to get this one done. As they come through, there is not any area of the base where they are not within a width of a heal spell. As they move around, we've hollowed out the core of the base. The hog riders come through, and with 1 heal spell left, there's nothing going to stop them now. Clearly that heal going to be used in between the wizard tower and the multi-inferno for greater effect. So boom, all of them go down. Wizards wrapping around from the opposite side of the base, obviously to just speed the process there, whilst the hogs then get to work. What a fantastic attack at Town Hall 11. And again, if you look at the Town Hall 11 stats, they were undoubtedly the most impressive for both clans throughout this episode. So GG to the Town Hall 11s of forums and Reddit. I wanted to show this one because it's one of them pesky island bases, and the lava loon is one of the techniques that can get this done for you, and this was a fantastic example of it. Now often what you will see is the Eagle artillery in one of these compartments, either the north or the south, and essentially you can do exactly the same of this as this, but I would recommend coming in from either the north or the south depending on which one the Eagle artillery is in. However, for this one, it's in the center of the base, so not to worry, you actually will get into that area and take that out anyways. But what you're trying to do is cut out an area of the base, take out that king and queen in the center along with the CC, and also we're able to take out some of the air defense to control the pathing of the lava hounds so that we can then swarm it with the loons as well. So in we come, starting off with the loons. Obviously we have a sweeper pointing this way, so you'd want to try and wrap around that, not necessarily coming in towards it. Not to worry though, the king gets over there. Is he going to get it? Doesn't quite, but the queen is there to back him up, not before taking out that air defense, and now the loons wrap around with so many spells. I can't believe the efficiency of the kill squad in this one as the balloons come around. Haste spells, the heal spells, we have a rage spell left up, or 2 of them in fact. Would have been extremely nice to just have a couple of loons onto this wizard tower just to pop that off if nothing else, but look at the spells left over. It's not going to matter. We've got a haste spell now which powers them towards it, and a rage to get us onto the single and the air defense. Beautiful stuff to finish this one off at Town Hall 11, and then like we said, we have 1 Town Hall 10. I didn't want to not show the Town Hall 10s, guys, but I did want to highlight them higher level attacks. And again, I don't want to just show so many. There was so many 3 stars. I don't want to just keep going and going. Had to try and whittle it down. Chose 4 attacks from either team in order to try and highlight both the Reddit and forums. And again, beautiful stuff by both clans. So let's move down to that Town Hall 10. It is against I Don't Care, and it is going to be the Hog Riders again. And again, I chose this one because you've seen my guides with the Hog Riders. The king, the queen, and the CC are the most important things here. The hogs can't fight back. It's not like the Lalo where you just need the queen and CC. The king can do a lot of damage as well, so if you can take him out, it's going to help you as well. However, the multi-inferno down here as well is going to be a benefit for sure. Kill squad coming in now. We do have that funnel set up again very efficiently. Just look at how you could set up that funnel in the least amount of troops possible. The wall wrecker going to open up all of these compartments. The king, again, you don't have to get dead on top of the heroes. The king's going to jump across so you can take him out. Queen's actually going to come forward, so you don't have to get as deep into the base as what you would think. But what value that is. They're taking out the multi, they're getting that bomb tower, they're going to take out even more defenses. But again, look at this, as we put a line through the base. Essentially, the southern area is down. The hog riders can then come up and around. Very easy pathing. That's exactly what you want, whether it be with the hog riders, whether it be with the Lalo. You need to be looking at, obviously with the Lalo, from this position, the hounds would leave the loons terribly behind. So you've got to be looking at things like that as well. That's where the hog riders can now come into play. And coming around to this back end, we still have 2 heal spells. One of them is now going to be used by the wizard tower and the multi. We probably could just swag the next one. However, it's going to get put in there as well with the poison spell to take out them skelly traps. Again, any of the skeletons can do a decent amount of work on your hogs, especially if they're low in health. Maybe they're hitting some splash damage. Check out the loon coming in as well. Anytime you can visualize where your troops are going to finish off, if they're finishing on a ground-based defense, just consider taking that loon. If nothing else, you need to look at the buildings on the inside as well. That is what is going to be a major thing in terms of time for your hog riders. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for the Team Forums versus Team Reddit recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, chose 4 attacks from either clan that I thought really represented brilliant strategy. And again, if you want to check out any of these communities, if for some reason you haven't, the forums and Reddit, they are down below. And in fact, I have dug out through my list to find the recap of the previous episode. It's linked on your screen if you're interested, so go ahead and watch that now. But until next time, peace out.